真佛中美国彩绘藏寺莲花童子护摩法会开始，恭迎真佛中创办人无上法王圣尊延生活佛师末莲香上师，与会大众虔诚合掌唱诵莲花童子心咒。师尊好，师母好，大家好。现在师尊师母走向荧幕，在看望每一位在众线上的同门哦。 现在我们恭请师尊带领大家顶礼坛城。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，100根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印200诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印300诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印4平等一起走。恭请法王圣尊莲僧活佛升法王座。
With the greatest reverence, we are inviting our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng, to ascend to the Dharma throne. Today, here at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington, our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng, will be presiding over Patma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony. The ceremony has now begun. Inviting Semu Vajamasa Lian Xiang to please take the Dharma seat. Inviting Rinpoche and all the Dharma masters to please take the seats. inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. The offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reverence, and we would like to invite Vajra Master Silien Yin to represent all of us to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage root Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. Patma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Patma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Liansheng. Visualize Grandmasters and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas sitting on top of our heads, radiating light to bless us. Recite Patma Kumara mantra. Om Guru Lien Seng Sit Di Hom. 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 Perform the visualization of the four immeasurables, ancestors and relatives from the father's side on your right, from the mother's side on your left, friends and teachers behind you, enemies and karmic creditors in front of you, and all sentient beings around you, practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Wake up call by clapping twice and snapping your fingers. Recite purification mantra and the earth deity mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke Namo, our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng. Namo White Maha Patma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Patma Kumara. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Patma Kumara. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Patma Kumara. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jade Pond. Namo Five Dhyani Buddhas. True Buddha School, 8 primary deities. Namo Yamantaka, Akalanatha, the 4 heavenly kings, Sima Bodhisattva. Limbo temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter at the Seattle Litsang Temple and at the abode at the Southern Mountain. Limbo temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire gods, dragon gods, all divinities as well as the city gods to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization for student guru and all Buddhas. Visualize with the prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize with prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all hedukas and dharma protectors. Visualize with prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth Hatha. Great mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, the mediator of Homa, Patma, Kumara, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Marmeru, four continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May this wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sanghaye.
Armor protection from Vajaklaps Mudra. Recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Bodhi Anjali, 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 Om Bodhi Anjali.
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform, to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the registration forms, homework cards, and all the offerings.
请大家起立，恭敬合掌。恭请
Please stand
法王
up.
圣尊莲生活
With
佛
reverence, we're
金
inviting His
刚
Holiness to
开
perform
五
the
节
ritual of
莲
opening
息
the
护
Homa
摩
fire pit
恭请下
to
午
set
莲花金
simultaneously
安
around
喜
it
无
to
遮
lit the
引
Homa
来超
fire
度大
to
手
make all
印
the
一位
offerings
大
and to
众上
perform
首护
mudra
摩圣
transformations
尊
for
莲
purifications,
花童子
enrichments,
心
magnification,
咒。
and spiritual deliverance. And we will be in reciting that mantra of Patma Kumara. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng to return to the Dharma throne. Inviting Sumo Vajra Master Lianxiang to please take the seat. Inviting Rinpoche, all the Dharma Masters, Venerables, and all participants to please be seated. During this time, you may perform the Homa Visualization, which is the emergence of the deity, the merging of the deity with yourself and with the Homa fire. Visualize the Homa fire burns away all your karma and negativities. You may repeat this visualization and chant the heart mantra of the main deity today, Patma Kumara. Recite the heart mantras of the eight principal deities and incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Patma Ling Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samaye Soha. Om Zali Zuli Zunti Soha. Om Zambara Chalang Charaye Soha. Om Ah Hom Beja Guru Pema Siddhi Hom Se. Om Ah Hom Guru Pe Ah Sasamaha Yen Seng Siddhi Hom. 给亚他唵贝卡兹亚贝卡兹亚玛哈贝卡兹亚扎萨摩卡德黑梭哈。南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿1119500同名同号阿弥陀佛。
Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness, the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The nights are long, the three poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are strictly tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. Three jewels, eminent wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, lie on His Vajra body. For the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments, we disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying for generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To Buddha's school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today, Patma Kumara, the greatly prosperous Vajra, to radiate the all-encompassing precious light, to protect our lineage truth Guru with full energy, great health, strong body, untouched by any illnesses, fulfilled resources, harmony, love and respect, good affinities, unhindered, spontaneous, joyful activities, to never forsake any single sentient being, to continually turn the Dharma wheel so that true Buddha Tantric Dharma can continue to flourish. Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to the Bao Yi youth, the precious mind youth, and Bao Sang youth, the supreme precious youth, and homage to Xiang Guang youth and Hua Seng youth, homage to Lotus youth, Patma Kumara. We pray to Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, Hua Seng youth, and Lotus youth, Xiang Guang youth, auspicious light youth. To please descend upon the ceremony. Please radiate light and bless the registrants, the primary supplicants, the participants, and all beings, so that they gained clear light, radiance. May they have attainments through spiritual cultivation, good health, all wishes fulfilled, calamities transformed into auspiciousness, and strong spiritual commitment. We pray to Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, Xiang Guang auspicious light youth, and Hwasung youth and Lotus youth, Patma Kumara. To guide the Bartu spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. Please bless us to be alleviated from sicknesses. May we have good health and longevity. We pray to Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, Xiang Guang auspicious light youth, Hua Seng youth, and Lotus youth. To please bless all participants. Please eradicate calamities. To enhance your wisdom. Increase resources with perfect love, respect. Always be enshrouded by clear light radiance. May they benefit from spiritual cultivation. That the body can transform into rainbow lights. May all primary supplicants, registrants, participants, all the true Buddha school followers receive from Patma Kumara, Xiang Guang youth, Hua Seng youth, Bao Sang youth, Bao Yi youth. Blessings from them. So that they can truly be enlightened to the Buddha Dharma. To enter into the profundity, to be absorbed by Yidam, protected by the protector, and blessed by the root guru. Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, Xiang Guang youth, Hua Seng youth, and Lotus youth, Patma Kumara. Please bless, and gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May the pandemic disappear. May enemies and enmities disappear. May obstructions and obstacles disappear. May the karma be eradicated. May all of our prayers be granted in perfection. May all adversities disappear. Recite 100-syllable mantra 3 times.
สาวาสิริเมปุรายาชาสาวากามาสุธาเมจิตามุสียันกุรุหมฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮือปะกาวันสาวะตถาคตาเปจมามิมัญชาเปจปาวะมหาสัมมายะสัตโตอาหมเพยอมเปจสัตโตสัมมายามานุปานายาเปจสัตโตเตนุปาติชาจิโจเมปาวะสุโตขายเมปาวะสุโภขายเมปาวะอนุลาโตเมปาวะสารวะสิริเมปุรายาชาสารวะกามาสุธาเมจิตามุสียันกุรุหมฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮือปะกาวันสาวะตถาคตาเปจมามิมัญชาเปจปาวะมหาสัมมายะสัตโตอาหมเพยอมเปจสัตโตสัมมายามานุปานายะเปจสัตโตเตนุปาติชาจิโจเมปาวะสุโตขายเมปาวะสุโภขายเมปาวะอนุลาโตเมปาวะสารวะสิริเมปุรายาชาสารวะกามาสุธาเมจิตามุสียันกุรุหมฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮ่าฮือปะกาวันสาวะตถาคตาเปจมามิมัญชาเปจปาวะมหาสัมมายาสัตโตอาหมเพย
Great homage using visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, third to all herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, fourth head bow. Recite completion mantra.
Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Mani Padme Hum.
Now, let's give the greatest round of applause to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Patma Kumara Houma fire offering ceremony. Now let us join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dhamma teaching. Let's pay homage to the lineage Gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Tseng Kong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dupten Darji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today. Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, Xiang Guang auspicious like youth, Hua Seng youth, and Patma Kumara lotus youth. Simu, Tanten Katso, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Aisteru, Sarange, Hola amigo, te quiero mucho, Tsukui, Ichiban, Kimochi, Yappy, Bling Bling, Konnichiwa.
Happy.
Now would like to announce for next Sunday, October 11th, 3 p.m. There will be Amoghapasa Avalokitesvara Homa fire offering ceremony. This deity is a great deity. In the past, there were many people becoming primary supplicants for this deity, Amoghapasa. Hatha mantra.
Amoga Biseya Hom Ban Cha Om Amoga Biseya Hom Ban Cha.
His mantra, Om Amoga Biseya Hom Ban Cha. The mudra it's like this. Cross the thumbs and the index fingers are pressing on the thumbs. Amoghapasa Avalokitesvara. In the Vajradhatu Mandala and Dharmadhatu Mandala, he has his own position there. So this deity has the most people becoming primary supplicants because his name includes Amuga, which means non-empty. If you come and attend the ceremony and become the primary supplicant, then you would be non-empty. So today we perform Patma Kumara Houma. And why did Grandmaster chanted so many youth? So Bao Yi youth, Bao Sang youth, they are at the Donghuang Grottos. When Sakyamuni Buddha was the Dawei the king. And there were two lotus blossoms that emanated, and one was Bao Yi youth, and the other one was the Bao Sang youth. So this king, which was the past life of Sakyamuni Buddha, so these two youths brought that king, Dawei the king, to go study Buddhism. So the Bao Yi youth and Bao Sang youth were the guiding teachers for the past life of Sakyamuni Buddha, which is the King Dawei to go study Buddhism. So Bao Yi youth and Bao Sang youth were the earliest Patma Kumara or lotus youth. Therefore, Patma Kumaras were once the guiding teachers of the past life of Sakyamuni Buddha to meet the Jingguang Fo, which is the Buddha of pure light. So that's why today we also invoke the Bao Yi youth and Bao Sang youth. And these two youths were the receiver of the Mahamudra transmissions by the Adharma Buddha. So that's why the Bao Yi youth was the earliest patriarch of Kagyupa Mahamudra. So therefore, Patma Kumara is the earliest or the first patriarch of the Mahamudra of Kagyupa. And then the Xiangguang youth, auspicious light youth. So Amitabha Buddha's throat chakra radiated red light. Radiated red light. Because the throat chakra emitted red light, that's why he is named the Xiangguang youth or the auspicious light youth. This was the third deity. And then the fourth one is Hua-seng youth, which is the same as lotus youth. It was an emanated youth, and he was emanated by Amitabha Buddha, and he is named emanated youth or Hua-seng youth. So Amitabha Buddha emanated many youths. So in the caves of the Donghuang grottos, in each of the caves there are youths or lotus youths emanated by Amitabha Buddha. Therefore, during the Tang dynasty, there were 10 verses talking about the emanated youth, which is the same as lotus youth of Patma Kumara. They are the same. They were emanated through the lotus. They were all related to Amitabha Buddha, as I said yesterday. So do you remember the first verse? The lotus youth met the golden sage. The lotus, the blossoms showering left and right. The marvelous music was heard above the clouds, enjoying the utmost bliss beyond the heavens. Therefore, lotus youths came from the Sukhavati or the realm of the utmost bliss. Therefore, the utmost bliss is above and beyond the heavens. So that was this origin. And in the past, Golden Mother told Grandmaster, you are Patma Kumara, lotus youth. That was very vivid. I went to the Golden Mother's fairyland, and Golden Mother told me that I was Patma Kumara. And I saw Patma Kumara, but I could not see his body. It was just bright, radiant light. So, at the place of Golden Mother, the Golden Mother fairyland, there was a Patma Kumara hall. At that time, my mom was very concerned. She thought when I was recognized as the lotus youth, I could not marry. And she said, she asked, so does it mean that Katsu will not be able to get married because he's the lotus youth? But the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas answered that he was allowed to get married. So the relationship between Patma Kumaras and Golden Mother, in my book number 281, the most responsive under the heavens, I wrote about Patma Kumara marrying the daughter of Golden Mother, the lady in Hua. And she was also called Yao Ji. I wrote it clearly. It was something from the past. No need to mention it now. This was also something very amazing. Therefore, at the Donghuang Grottos, you can see the Patma Kumara yidams, and they do form these mudras of holding the lotus and teaching the Dharma. There was a cave in the Donghuang Grottos with Patma Kumara as the main deity, holding this mudra of holding the lotus and teaching Dharma. And with 32 marks of perfections, the look of a Tathagata. And you can also see the Donghuang Gong, the emperor of the East flower, and the Golden Mother and Patma Kumara. The East belongs to the element wood, so he's also referred as Donghua Dijun, the Donghua Emperor. And the West belongs to the element of metal or gold. That's why Golden Mother and Patma Kumara, all at the same level together, which you can see at the Donghuang Grottos. Prior to the formal Dharma teaching, let me share a joke first. Someone spent $15, maybe in Taiwan dollars, to buy a drink and won 10 million. Maybe a drink is the Booby drinks, Booby milk drink. So someone spent $15 to buy a drink, and from the receipt he won tens of millions of dollars. So I started to buy a drink every day and persevere for a long time. And eventually I also won, but I got diabetes. I also got it. I got diabetes. So the same thing, we do the same thing, but the result is different. So
我们同样修真佛密法。
we all practice true Buddha Tantric Dharma, but the fruition that everyone gets is different. So that's the issue. So it doesn't mean that every tantric practitioner will have attainments. Some do, some don't. And why? It is related to your past lives. So that's why sometimes grandmasters just give a blessing and his or her cancer disappeared. Like Elizabeth from Indonesia, in her dreams, she saw Grandmaster operating on her, and then her brain tumor disappeared. And there was another Dharma fellow disciple that here on her neck, under the ear, there was a growth. And she rushed into the Rainbow Temple just at the time when I was giving blessings on the heads. And I touched her head. And she came for spiritual consultation because there was a tumor on her throat. And she just got here and received the blessing, and the tumor disappeared. But it doesn't mean that everyone will have the same experience. It depends on your roots and where you came from. Some people have that affinity for many past lives. What is her name, the one that came to Rainbow Temple? Master Lien Yin. True enough that with the blessing on the head, the tumor decreased and disappeared. And her company also said, wow, what? It's disappearing. Sure enough, it did. And also the niece of Master Lien Man in the Hong Kong ceremony. And I just waved this divine duster. And then there was a huge tumor on her head. And with that sweeping, overnight disappeared. She woke up the next day and disappeared. So that's affinity from many lifetimes. But some other people don't have such great responses. So there are many things. Things are predestined. It is affinity. All the affinities are predestined. So I don't blame anyone. It's all in the destiny. That's how it is. You can't be resentful or complain. Other people won great lotteries, like Lien Hua So Mai won 55 million US dollars lottery. 55 million US dollars. or 160 millions lottery. And Grandmaster also bought some. Aren't you Patma Kumara? Don't you have great transcendent power? Don't you teach Buddha Dharma? You have all the 3 roots of goodness. You are the greatly prosperous Vajra. But how come, Grandmaster, you don't win any lottery? So that's why you can't be resentful. You know, actually, what I got or what I want are the intangible ones, lots of them. But none of the tangible ones. I never won the tangible lotteries. In the past, I also played mahjong. The 16 cards mahjong played by the Taiwanese. And China plays the 13 card mahjong. Aren't you the greatly prosperous Vajra? But every time I lost. Over 50 years ago, every time I played the mahjong, I lost. You know, I threw. If I lost 3 times in a row, I burned them. And then later I bought a new one and I burned them again. And bought new one again and burned them again. And then bought the new one again and burned them again. And then finally, I swore never again to play mahjong. That was things from the past. So from that joke, I thought of those things. So by doing the same thing, some people succeed, some people fail. What are the reasons? So what is it that you lack or that you miss? You have to think, be introspective and see what is missing. So for question and answer from Canada, Lianhua Xiaojian. A precious Grandmaster, is there a sutra, mantra, or meditation that can allow enlightenment sooner? To understand the true nature of the mind and seeing the Buddha nature? This person wants to get enlightened sooner with sutra, mantra, or meditation. Let me tell you, I just told you earlier, that's your answer. So, you want to gain enlightenment, to have the true understanding of the mind and see the Buddha nature. They all depend on your destiny and affinity. It is predestined so that coincidentally you read the sutra and all of a sudden you are enlightened. Or someone walks and then falls to the ground and they have the true understanding of the mind and seeing the Buddha nature. Or someone sit on the toilet and had a constipation and they tried so hard and finally gained enlightenment. Even all of a sudden, and someone walked by the bamboo forest, and all of a sudden it made the sound of bang, and he was shocked and gained enlightenment. So there are many kinds of this true understanding of the mind and seeing the Buddha nature. It depends on your affinity. It's not that a certain sutra or certain mantra to make you enlightened. It's not that by meditating you would be able to gain enlightenment. That's not the case. But when the time comes, when the destiny has matured, then you would gain enlightenment and have the understanding of the true nature of the mind and see the Buddha nature. Grandmaster, I recited Siddhigarbha Sutra according to the True Buddha School way to purge karma of my ailing parents. Afterwards, may I represent my parents' karmic creditors to repent, to take refuge in the Three Jewels and make the vows? Please guide me.
Yes.
Y.E. Yes. Yes, you can represent your parents' karmic creditors to repent, and to represent karmic creditors to take refuge in the Three Jewels, and also to represent karmic creditors to make vows. Sure. Yes, they are allowed. Next question. Lian Hua Chun Jian. Homage to Grandmaster, please briefly explain Buddhahood during Bardo. Does it exist? Why does one have to wait until Bardo before attaining Buddhahood? What kind of signs of attainments do we need when alive in order to attain Buddhahood during Bardo? Buddhahood during Bardo is not the same as Buddhahood in this direct Buddhahood in this lifetime, and it's not direct Buddhahood in this body. So not direct Buddhahood in this body, not direct Buddhahood in this lifetime. I heard that Guru Tsongkhapa had attained Buddhahood during Bardo. So what is Buddhahood during Bardo? Because you attain Buddhahood after becoming a Bardo body. And what is Bardo body? Becoming a spirit, a Bardo spirit. Common words like soul, spirits, Bardo, they're all the same. So at the moment of death, you use your 5 qi to push the key, mind qi, to push it through the central channel and to push it out from the apex to become your Bardo spirit. So when the life qi exits from your body, it takes the form of a Bardo spirit. As soon as the Bardo spirit exits your body, so your Bardo spirit sees the lights of the light drops. And by seeing the lights of the light drops, you see the lights of the Vajra chains. And then you see the light of the Vajra screen. And with the flash of the light during Bardo, you take the opportunity, if the opportunity to see the clear light, and you merge with the clear light. So your Bardo spirit merge with the clear light. So your own Bardo spirits, which is the Buddha nature inside your soul, to merge with the clear light. Because you are the child light, and the mother light is the appearance of the lights in the sky. You merge with it, then you attain Buddhahood during Bardo. What kinds of signs of attainments when alive? If you can practice your 5 kinds of qis, the upper qi, the lower qi, the peripheral qi, the fire accompanying qi, and to push your life qi to exit from your body, from your apex. And then in the sky, the clear lights appears and you merge with it. Then this is called Buddhahood during Bardo. So it is called the child light and merging with the mother light. That's called the Buddhahood during Bardo. What signs of attainments? That you can practice the qi so you have a full qi. That you practice the qi so you can be calm and clear. That you practice the qi so you have the power of the qi. That you can push your own soul, your own spirit through the apex and to merge with the clear light. That would be your signs of attainments. You know, I discovered if I practice the qi when seated, I find the qi is dispersed. But if you fold both legs, then the qi is concentrated. So when you practice the treasure-based energy yoga, the qi concentrates at the dantian area, lower dantian, or the middle dantian, or the upper dantian. You would feel it. You have the sensation. And you continually practicing this qi to open the channels. And the qi increases, enhances, powerful and bright. And you practice the inner fire to become light. And you practice so that the body chakra becomes very pure. So water, fire, channels, and qi, all together, you can make use of them and make them circulate inside your body properly. At that time, you would have attainment. It's very simple. Those are the signs of attainments. What kinds of signs of attainments? That the qi is very powerful and full. The channels are open and flowing. And your fire is very pure. And your water is very clear and clean. This is the signs of attainments that you may attain Buddhahood during Bardo after death, like Grandmaster. I move the qi to the hands and to the teeth. And if I move the qi to my hands, then the qi would go to the hands or to the feet, so that the toes would jump or move to the eyes. Then you would become like the Monkey King's fire eyes. So you can move it to the eyes, to the ears. You can move it to anywhere. When you perform the yoga to exercise the 7 chakras, is to make the qi to circulate all over the body. Or when you practice the Vajra fist exercise, is to make the qi to circulate all over the body. So the qi reaches the top of the head, all the qi to go to the top of the head or to the throat. Those are signs of attainments. Next question from Indonesia. Nian Hoa Zhong Cai Xia. There was a reverend who recommended us not to register any ancestors with different family names. After so many years of registering for them all, then we stopped doing so after hearing this reference recommendation. My question is, will they get angry now that we dropped them from our registration? Will they bring troubles to us? Thank you, Grandmaster Amitabha. Which reference was that? This is not helping sentient beings, but instead blocking sentient beings. This reference in the future will fall to hell. That this Dharma teacher or referent recommended us not to register any ancestors with different family names. So the referent must have been very narrow-minded. You know, Sakyamuni Buddha paid homage to the skeletal bones, to piles of bones at the side of the road, and his disciples asked, "You are so precious, why do you pay homage to the piles of bones on the side of the road?" And the Buddha replied that all sentient beings are parents from past lives or siblings. That when you have the affinity to see them, as long as you have the affinity to meet them, that means they are your parents or relatives from past lives. Our parents are not just 2. There are many parents from many lifetimes, and many brothers and sisters from many past lifetimes. As long as you meet them, they are all related from past lives. So whoever you know, you can register them from Bardo deliverance. Of course, the ancestors and relatives will get angry and they would capture that referent. Because as Buddhist practitioners, we train our mind, our heart. Cultivating our behaviors and conducts comes from the mind or heart. We have to have a wide open heart or mind. You're my enemy, so I will not register you for Bardo deliverance. That's wrong. That person from Singapore, what's his name? Zheng Yaozong from Singapore. I forgot his name, but I especially asked Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to guide Zheng Yaozong to go to a better realm. Wasn't he despicable? Of course. He took Grandmaster's photo or image and made it into a toilet, and he peed and pooed on it. That my photo was next to the water. So he would pee on my photo and he would poo on my photo. So it's right on my face, so I would eat his poo every day. So he hated me that much. And yet, Grandmaster still helped to Bardo deliver him when he died. And on the internet too, he's defamed and slandered the Grandmaster for years. There were so many articles. So if you search Lu Seng Yen or Seng Yen Lu on the internet, there were many defamations and slanders on the internet still till today, and they were all done by this person, Zheng Yaozong. I heard it was still there. If you just search Grandmaster's name, Seng Yen Lu, this slanders and defamations would come. Why did I still Bardo deliver him? He peed and pooed on my face, but he died a horrible death. His heart exploded, and the blood just spat out from the chest. So quite pitiful. So I still help him. Bardo delivered him. You can also register their names for Bardo deliverance. That's why you have to have a wide open heart and mind. Anyone with affinity with you, you can help them for Bardo deliverance. You can help them to become primary supplicants. This is very important. That Zheng Yaozong in this lifetime had slandered and defamed Grandmaster in this lifetime. Maybe he was someone that had helped me in the past lives. So anytime he was on top of his toilet peeing or pooing, actually he was helping Grandmaster eradicating karma. So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Malaysia, 四连印. Homage and grateful to lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Seng. Grandmaster, you told us that there was a group of ghosts attacking you, and your protectors appeared and eradicated them. I don't understand. Was it the souls of the ghosts that were eradicated? The saying is all sentient beings have Buddha nature. What was it that was eradicated? Was the ghost only has consciousness but no Buddha nature? This is very difficult to explain because it's about the intangibles. You cannot see it. Let me tell you a story. Ghosts have no forms, they are intangible. In our spiritual cultivation, I met someone at the Golden Mother's Fairyland, a sage called Zhang Boduan, Mr. Zhang. Zhang Boduan, do you remember? Anyone knows this person? It's Ziyang Zhenren, the Master Ziyang, a Taoist Master Ziyang. When he was alive, he and someone were meditating. They had an agreement. Let's go to Yangzhou and enjoy the blossoms. So they were meditating together. They all traveled out of body. They went to Yangzhou, and the Zen master arrived first, and the Taoist master arrived later. So the Zen master also had the great transcendent power. So they enjoyed the Qiong blossoms, a kind of flowers. And after they enjoyed the blossoms, it's called the epiphyllum blossoms, they said, let's pick a blossom before we go back. And then they opened their eyes, but in the hand of the Zen master, there was no blossom, and in the Taoist master, there were 2 blossoms. And then he gave the Zen master a blossom. So the Zen master could not understand. He picked a blossom, but how come there was no blossom after coming back? And why the Taoist master, Zhang Boduan, could have 2 flowers? And the Taoist master replied, the Zen master practiced the mind, and the Taoist master trained in the mind and nature. So practicing the nature, that's practiced by Mahayana Buddhists. Like they just eat once a day, and they're always really hungry and very skinny and pale face. If I only eat once a day, I would be really hungry, starving. I'm already cutting down my food. I eat less. And at night, I would feel hungry. At every mealtime, I would feel hungry. And they eat only once a day. Is it allowed? Sure. So you're practicing your nature. It's okay if you starve, but you don't die, and you continue to train and meditate. That's called practicing the nature. And the other one is practicing the body and mind. So the water, fire channels inside the body, that's the practice of the body. Then those who practice the body can make forms. That when you leave outside the body, when you travel outside the body, people can see you. Like Gao Minglu saw Grandmaster as tall as 2 floors of a building, and he even saw Grandmaster's back. That's the practice of the body. So they can make a form. But if you just practice the mind or the nature, then it's intangible, has no forms. So we say in Tantrayana, we practice both the body and the mind. So the body is the inner tantric practices, and the mind or the nature is the practices, the deity yoga, which is spiritual union with the yidam. Once you have the spiritual union with the yidam, then you definitely will go to the pure lands or Buddha lands. You have no forms. And ghosts are the same. They are a kind of ghosts that only have their nature. They have no forms. You cannot see them. And ghosts that have greater power, they also have their lives or bodies, and they can show you their forms. So ghosts that cannot appear in forms, they only have their mind or nature. But ghosts that can appear in forms, that they have the body and the mind. So when the ghosts come, and they were cut off by Akalanata, that his sword flew and rotated and cut off the heads of the ghosts. So those are ghosts with huge powers, the group of ghosts. So ghosts with great powers, they can move things. And ghosts that cannot move things are just the general ghost. So what was it that were eradicated? It's their lives. All that's left is their energy. So the intangible ones, when they come in, they can be chased away. So from Taoism, it's divided into 3 Hun and Qi, 7 Po. So sometimes you eradicate 1 of the Po, or 2 of the Pos, or 3 of the Pos. There are 2 different kinds of souls inside one soul. So the ghosts that were eradicated, if 1 of the Hun or 1 of the Po were eradicated, then you're not complete anymore. So there are good ghosts, bad ghosts, evil ghosts, ghosts who absorb your energy. There are also good ghosts who help you. They're all different kinds. So, but a group of bad ghosts come to my house attacking me. So ghosts with the huge power were eradicated, so all that's left is just their souls, the nature of souls. Or the soul is divided into 3 po and 7 huns, and maybe some of the 3 or some of the 7 were eradicated. So now do you understand? That's the answer to Si Lian Yun from Malaysia. If Grandmaster did not know, I would fail to your test. What is it that's being eradicated? There's some ghosts that can speak. The ghost spoke to me. Really. I heard the ghosts talking to me. And they said, bring me to San Francisco. You don't want to live? Oh, the ghost wants to bring me to San Francisco. If my protector appears, you have no life anymore. If I go to San Francisco, I would put a flower on my head, on my hair. They don't dare to come anymore. Because the ghosts around my house were also incredible. Those ghosts that come to my house, they met the ghosts around my house. And they chatted with each other. Where are you guys going? To inside the house. And the ghosts around my house told the ghosts from San Francisco, don't go in. Why? They ask. Because we've been around here for a long time. We only see ghosts going in, but never see any of them coming out. It's best if you don't go in. Because there are 2 lion gods out there. The protectors. So the 2 lion gods, protectors right there. If you go in, you cannot escape from death. And inside there are also Akalanata and Yamantaka, my primary protectors. Akalanata and Yamantaka. And inside there's also the black wrathful Dakini. I chanted every day. Mahasri Sakyamuni Buddha, Mahotara Heruka, Avalokiteswara Bodhisattva, hiking Avalokiteswara Amitabha, Guru Patma Sambhava, and the Black Wrathful Dakini, Golden Mother, Akalanata, Yamantaka, and many of the earth gods too, and many other deities. So once you get in, how can you come back alive? Please don't come again, otherwise you would lose your life for nothing. A 3-year-old Xiaoming went to mom that the dogs ate my and the dog is bad, so we have to punish the dog. And the 3-year-old kid said, "Oh, I have punished the dog. I ate all of his food for the day so that he would get hungry. Something can be eaten, something not." The young monk asked her master, why an old man has a young woman, everybody praise him, but an old lady gets a young man, everybody will scold her. Why? Because one is eating meat and the other is eating vegetarian. How come? And the old master said that the old man is eating young shoot and the old lady is eating a fresh meat. It's a Chinese slang. Oh, this is play of word of Chinese. This is a city in different places. Different cities. Yeah, place of words in Chinese. When you encounter a problem, first you seek the reason for the problems inside yourself. So when you have constipation, please don't blame on the gravity. That's why you cannot blame anybody, just blame yourself. It's written here, the spiritual experiences of the increasing power of the nectar. And what is nectar? All water inside the body. So the nectar can increase, can become powerful. And the spiritual experiences. The verse, Sila and the sun. Refers to specifically the blood component obtained from the mother, which is located at the secret area and absorbed through the momentum of its movement in the right blood channel. After its power increases and mixed with the other nectar, if it self-propels the blessings in the sighting and dream experience, one will see the suns of the 3,000 volts, and in the bodily sensation, one will feel the red light encircling. The verse, Kapu and the bright moon, refers to the white body obtained from the father, which was raised to the brow point and absorbed through the momentum of the left semen channel. Upon its increase and blending with all of the other nectar, in the sightings and dreams experiences, one will see the bright moon of the 3,000 volts, and in the bodily sensation, one feels the white light encircling. Two different practices and two different spiritual experiences. One will see the suns of the 3,000 volts, and the sensation is red light. And the other one would see the bright moon of the 3,000 volts and the white light encircling. So we say 3 channels. There are 3 channels. When we practice the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, there are 3 channels. At the center is the most important central channel, and then the right channels and the left channels. So Sila and the sun, that's the right channel, Sila. The right channel is also called Sila.
你特别由母处得之血分注于你处。
Specifically, the blood component obtained from the mother, which is located at the secret area. We have blood inside our body.
红菩提
And this blood is also called the red body,
红色的甘露，
red body or red
这时
nectar.
候你印气印在哪里？用你的右
And at this time, you move your qi
右脉的
where? The power of the right channel
让这个气
to make the qi
水跟这个血
with the water, which is blood, to increase
其他甘露
and mix with the other nectars
能够增长，
so that the blood
这
can
加持的力量
increase
一直持续走，
and continually to bless,
可以看
to
到
give blessing.
3000
And in the spiritual experiences, one can see the suns of the 3,000 worlds.
身的接受，
And the bodily sensation,
有身的接受，就是看见
one
太阳，然后感觉到红，
sees the suns and feels the red light encircling your body.
这是属于身的接受。卡布就是以左脉
And Kapu is the left channel.
处得的白菩提，
So the white body obtained from the Father. And what is the white body?
就是明点
It's the light drops.
处得的白菩提住在明点
So the white body obtained from the Father,
这里，
which was
用你的
residing
左脉的力
at
量
the brow point,
其处的力量增长，这个时候你白菩提会增长，
and
景象
upon its increase and blending with all the other nectar, at this time the white body will increase through the momentum of the left semen channel.
绕在你的
In the sighting and dream experiences, one will see the bright moons, white light, encircling your body. So you practice this through the 9-cycle Buddha breathing.
左鼻孔，
So I teach you to inhale through the right nostrils.
那个气从右脉进，
The qi enters
左脉
through the right channel and then the left channel exiting.
这个都是在练习你的脉，
That's the practice.
左脉右脉的力量，吸吐吸吐吸吐，将来你用你的
Breathe
右
in,
脉
breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
看到太阳，
And then in the future, you use your right channel, you can see the sun and red light. And utilizing your left channel, you can see the moons and the white light.
都是这样子来，
That's how it is.
接受
So that's the spiritual experiences.
的力量增长，让红菩提增长，让白菩提增长。
So to increase the power of the red body and the white body.
那以前那个
And in order to increase the white body, you also need food.
要吃
In order to increase your white body, you have to eat hura.
白菩提增长就是要吃粉，
In order to increase your white body, you have to eat
人喜欢吃猪肝，
balls. And to increase your red body, for Taiwanese, they like to eat pork's liver. Anything that increase blood or tonify bloods. And what else? What is it called?
什么菜？有红色的那种红血，
The red
红血的那种菜，
Hong Chai
红
To.
色的那种菜会增加你的
So any red vegetables
红菩提，什么会
will increase your red body. And what kind of food will increase your white body? What kind of food will increase your red body?
你的气
And then you use your chi channels and light drops to increase your white body and red body. My guru taught me how to increase your white bodies is the divine water practice. As we age, your saliva will decrease. When you speak, you would feel dry mouth and stiff tongue, and many old people would always smack their lips. You have to increase your saliva. Like now, I'm salivating. I don't salivate when I see women, okay? Just with a thought, then I would salivate. You should frequently swallow your saliva to increase your white body. I will not tell how old I am. I always feel I'm just 20 years old. Lots of light drops, lots of saliva, lots of light drops. Both the white body and the red body increase. I have red light and white light encircling me. So this is very important. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢根本传承上师法王圣尊严生活佛宝贵的法语开示。
We are very grateful to His Holiness Precious Dharma teachings. And this ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much. Eh? 一直都关呀。
师母保重，健康。
平安，好，师母好，师母，刚好，
再见。
师母，谢谢，好，谢谢，
祝身體健康。
身體健康，
拜
周末法会圆满吉祥结束了，我们网络直播也到此结束，谢谢大家的观看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for you.